Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a little bit of a mashup. I'm going to be sharing with you guys a couple of my favorite spring summer trends, and then along with each of the trends, I'm going to be sharing with you guys a couple of luxury ready to wear items that I would love to get my hands on in a perfect world. So if you're interested in seeing any of that, then just keep watching. Let's go ahead and get into it. I do have my things written down here in a notebook because I have a lot to say. So if I look down, that is why. The first trend that I am going to get into, you guys have heard me talk about it, you have seen me style it, and of course it is muumuus, baby doll dresses, frocks, oversized dresses, however you want to describe it. This is a trend that honestly at this point for me is more or less like a lifestyle that I am obsessed with. We are continuing to see it from last spring summer season. We saw it styled during the fall winter season with boots and with sneakers, with tights, and then of course coming back into this spring summer season, we're going to continue to see it styled with cowboy boots, with chunky dad sandals, which is personally one of my favorite ways to style it. You can find this trend all over the runways. You can see it from Zara and H&M all the way up to your designer brands, Isabel Marant, Ganni, Staud. Everyone is doing their version of this trend, and I realize it is not the most flattering, but honestly, it's fashion and it is what it is. So this is a trend, like I said, I personally love. I am thoroughly invested in this trend, and honestly, like I said, it is more so a lifestyle at this point for me. And I mentioned in my spring summer luxury wish list video that I would love to get my hands on a Cecily Bonson dress. She is definitely still up there on my luxury wish list when it comes to ready to wear pieces. As I mentioned in that video, her dresses are wildly expensive. I'm talking about $1,200, $1,500, even up to $2,000, which is like not even an option for me. So definitely will get one of her dresses, hopefully on deep discount. I'm talking about like 60, 75% off. Also, I am adding to the wish list though a lovely dress by the designer Regina Pyle. I actually came across this designer last spring summer season, but this season she has an amazing dress that I would love to get my hands on. It's a little bit out there for me. It's not necessarily something I think is the most wearable, but I do think this would be an amazing piece to add to my dress collection. I'll insert a picture on the screen and I think you can understand why. Nonetheless, I am absolutely obsessed with it. This does retail for $1,200, which again, I'm not paying $1,200 for that. However, if this goes down to 60, 70, 75% off, this is something I can see myself investing in. I don't necessarily think it is as wearable as one of the Cecily Bonson dresses. Of course, I could always dress this down with chunky dad sandals or with sneakers. However, I do think this is more so a dressier piece. So I don't know if I would get my cost per wear out of it, which is why I would want to get it for the deepest discount I possibly can get it for. Nonetheless, I would love to get this dress in my wardrobe. So first and foremost, a Cecily Bonson dress still up there on my wish list, and then of course the Regina Pyle dress. Those two are probably the most coveted pieces I would say I would love to get my hands on as far as this trend goes, and hopefully if the time is right, if the price is right, I will get both of them. Moving right along, this next trend is something you guys have heard me talk about it, you have seen me style it, you know how much I love it, and of course, chunky dad sandals. What else did you really think it was gonna be? I love this shoe trend, and I know it's not for everyone. I know, much like the baby doll dresses, they are very man repelling. They are not necessarily something that everyone is gonna get with, but I promise you guys, if you find the pair that you love, you will fall just as much in love with this trend as really everyone else has. This is something that, again, we have seen it for several years now, and honestly, I don't think this shoe trend is going to go anywhere. You guys know I recently just purchased a pair of Chanel chunky dad sandals. Also on my blog, I just did a post dedicated to some of my favorite chunky sandals of the season. I don't know what to say, you guys. I love these shoes, and again, I know they're not for everyone, but I do think that if you can just find a pair that you personally love, that are comfortable for you, that work with your personal style, you will truly fall in love with them. You can pair them with dresses, skirts, shorts, jeans, suits, literally the list goes on as to what you can wear these with, and honestly, I just think they're that good. So as far as investment ones, you guys know again that I did just recently purchase the Chanel sandals, and I am satisfied with those. However, of course, I have more on my wish list. Now, these are not shoes, much like everything else that I'm going to talk about. These are not items that I am for sure going to get. That is why they are on a wish list, because again, I am wishing, hoping, and dreaming that I can get these things. However, if I don't, it's not the end of the world. Nonetheless, I would love, ideally, I would love to get my hands on either a pair of Marni sandals, which I'm kind of surprised at this point I haven't already invested in a pair of Marni sandals. Nonetheless, there is a pair of Marni sandals on Farfetch, I believe, that I would love to get my hands on in like a cream off-white color. I think that would be a great color to add to my shoe collection. Also, surprisingly, Valentino has a pair of sandals. They are in a beautiful kind of like cognac brown, which pairs perfectly with my skin tone. They're actually really chic, but they're close to $1,000. And again, I'm just not paying that much for a pair of sandals. So ideally, I would love to get my hands on both of these, but of course on sale. And I'm talking about, again, 60, 70% off. When I say sale, you guys, I don't mean like 20% off or 30% or 40%. I'm talking about deep discount, end of the season discounts, 60%, 70%, everything must go type of discount. So going forward, just know when I say on sale, that is the level of percentage I am talking about. Nonetheless, either one of those sandals I feel like will be a great addition to my shoe collection. A white sandal and a brown sandal will really help just kind of round out the colors. With those three colors, I can pair them with everything. So that is the trend that I am loving, and those are the sandals I would love in a perfect world to add to my summer shoe collection. Next trend is something that I started to see pop up on the scene last spring summer, and it is longer length shorts. Now, I feel like last spring summer we did see this in the majority of denim versions, and although we are still seeing a lot of longer length / Bermuda shorts in denim this season, we're also seeing these shorts done in trousers and leather, which I personally love. Now, I love a good denim short. I especially love a good denim short in the summertime when it's hot and you're going to the beach or you're on vacation. I 100% think that shorter shorts are actually more appropriate, but I also really love the longer lengths. I think they're just a little bit more cool, a little bit more mature, and honestly, I think they can be styled a lot more than the typical shorter shorts. This is something, when it comes to the denim version, I totally feel like you can DIY this. I would not spend a bunch of money on a denim version of this. Go to your local thrift store, try on 100 different jeans, and just cut them. And it's really just that simple. Of course, you can always invest, but personally, I would just go to the thrift store. I actually did that last year. Unfortunately though, I have no idea where those shorts are since thus moving. So at some point when outside is open again, I definitely will just go to my local thrift store and DIY a version of the denim shorts. However, when it comes to the leather shorts and the trousers, I personally will invest in these. I love this particular length, and I love the fact that we are seeing this in a trouser and a leather version, because again, they're just a little bit more cool, tailored, a little bit more mature. Depending on where you work, you can easily pair this with a blazer, which I am obsessed with that look. You can pair them with chunky dad sandals, sneakers, high heels. You can wear this with a cute top, wear it for dinner, going out with the girls. There are endless ways you can style these particular shorts, so we'll 100% be investing in this trend. So the two brands that I would love to invest in for this particular trend, the first one is from the designer R13. I've known about this brand for several years now. However, they tend to make really cool, really edgy pieces. I'm honestly not cool enough to wear a lot of their designs. However, they do have a particular pair of shorts that Net-a-Porter has at the moment. And I think the main reason that I love these shorts is because they have like this crossover front detail that I personally love. You guys know I have a pair of Egoldi jeans that has this kind of front fold over situation. It's also extremely flattering, especially if you want to hide or conceal maybe certain areas, midsections, like myself. I think this is a great detail. So I love these shorts. And again, this is something that I would wait for it to go on major sale. I want to say they're close to $520, which I'm not paying that much for some shorts. Like, they're cool, they're cute, they're all the things, but I'm just not paying that much for a pair of shorts. So this is something that I do have in my wish list on Net-a-Porter. Also, another pair of shorts that I would love to get my hands on are from Vince, and they are a leather pair of shorts. These are, I want to say $900, and again, I'm just not paying that much for a pair of shorts. However, I love this natural neutral bone color. This is something that I feel like you can wear spring, summer, and then of course you can transition this into the fall, winter season. And the more seasons I am able to wear these items in, you guys, the more cost per wear I'm going to get. So that is the two kind of more investment pieces that I would love to get when it comes to this trend. Hopefully I do, and like I said, when it comes to any of these pieces, it's not going to make or break my wardrobe. I just would love to add these pieces to my wardrobe, and of course at some point transition them and style them for seasons to come. The next trend that I am going to be talking about that I personally love and have invested in and will continue to invest in is minimal, barely there sandals. Now this is not a new trend. This is actually something that we have seen for several years at this point, but I know we will continue to see this shoe trend, and I am all the way here for it. I love this shoe trend for several reasons. First of all, it does not take away from your outfit. I feel like a lot of shoes, depending on the style of the shoe, can almost sometimes distract and really take away from the look. And I love the fact that this shoe trend does the exact opposite. You sometimes really don't even notice if a person is wearing a shoe depending on the style and the color. I also love the fact that it really does add length to your silhouette. I am only 5'5". Ideally, I would love to be a cute 5'8", but you know, that's just not the hand that I was dealt. However, depending on the shoe, like I said, it can add inches to your silhouette and your frame. This is a particular trend that I would love to continue to invest in. I actually did buy some heels last spring summer season, one from the designer Mariam Nasir Zadeh. I'm quite sure I'm butchering it, but I did actually buy a really cool pair of heels from Shopbop last spring summer season. I also did purchase two pairs of high heels from the designer Neos. Again, not quite sure how to pronounce it, but I did purchase those last year and I am completely obsessed with them, and I actually hope I will get more cost per wear out of them this spring summer season. That is if we have a summer. However, I would love to invest in a pair of thong high heel shoes. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're tripping. What are you talking about, sis? I know, but just go with me for a second. This is a kind of minimal, barely there trend that we started to see last spring summer season. And again, I know it's not going to be for everyone. However, if styled correctly, it's actually really chic. So I would potentially invest in a pair of shoes from Staud. They actually have a pair of sandals that are kind of giving me kitten heel vibes, which I personally am here for kitten heel. And they have a version of this sandal that is in, again, like a skin tone color that I think would be perfect. Again, adding length to my silhouette, also kind of blending in with my skin tone. They are around $300. I'm not paying $300. So this is, again, another shoe that if it goes for 50 to 60 to 70% off, I would not mind investing in. All right, you guys, last but certainly not least on the list of trends that I am loving for this season, and this is a trend that has been a trend for several years now, and it probably will continue to be, and that is puffy shoulders, puffy sleeves, strong shoulders, whichever one you want to choose. This is a trend that, like I said, it has been in season, it has been on trend, and it's not going anywhere. This is something much like the top that I am wearing. This is something that I love because really this is the statement piece in your outfit. A pair of jeans, a pair of heels, a mini skirt. This is a silhouette that goes with everything, and there are so many different styles and versions of this top. There is something for everyone. I am obsessed with my Frankie Shop t-shirts, which, by the way, you definitely don't have to spend $85 on a t-shirt to get that look. I know that Nasty Gal has versions of this t-shirt because I have two of them. Nonetheless, if you do want to invest in that, the Frankie Shop has several different colors of this particular version. This top that I'm wearing is by the designer Staud. They also have different variations for this season of this top. You guys know that my all-time favorite designer, Isabel Marant, this is one of her signature styles and designs when it comes to tops and sweaters and outerwear pieces is strong shoulders. Like I said, when you wear something that is as dramatic essentially as this particular trend, you really don't need to over accessorize it or over style it. So when it comes to investment pieces for this particular trend, I cannot talk about this trend and not mention, of course, Isabel Marant. You guys know how much I am obsessed with her. I have been and probably probably will always and forever be. There are two outerwear pieces from Isabel Marant that I would love to get my hands on. And I don't know that I've talked about this in a sit down video. I want to say I've talked about this more so in a vlog before, but Isabel Marant does kind of come in like two categories. There's Isabel Marant, the collection, which is more so the actual runway pieces. And then there's Isabel Marant Etoile, which is more of the affordable pieces, I would say. And there are two outerwear pieces, one from the collection and one from the Etoile collection that I would love to get my hands on. The one from the collection, I believe it's called the Aerial jacket, and it is $1,300. Not paying $1,300, but again, like everything else, I would love to get my hands on this if the price is right. It has that signature Isabel Marant strong shoulder, which you guys know, again, I love. It has this really cool kind of vintage, colorful embroidered detail on the front and the back, which I think is just absolutely beautiful. This is something I know I would get a ton of wear out of spring, summer, and fall. So that is from the actual Isabel Marant collection. From Isabel Marant Etoile, I would love to get my hands on a very similar style jacket. So I don't necessarily know that I need both of these because they are very similar. However, I do kind of feel like they serve different purposes. But the jacket from Isabel Marant Etoile, I believe is pronounced the Harmon jacket. And as you will see on the screen, it is a very similar style to the Aerial jacket. The signature strong shoulders, but this is more so an acid wash, and this also does come in a black acid wash. I would prefer this in the blue wash just because I don't really have an oversized denim jacket in my wardrobe at the moment. So this for me would be something that I would invest in for the spring summer season. However, I feel like I would really only wear this in the spring summer season, which is why I could kind of justify getting both of these, because I feel like I would wear this more so in the spring summer season, and the other one I would wear in the spring summer and then also throughout the fall and potentially even the winter, of course, if I layered under it. So these two are probably at the top of my list when it comes to this particular trend. All right, you guys, so that is it. I hope you all enjoyed. Let me know down below what trends you're loving, what trends you're gonna try out this season, which ones you maybe won't be trying out this season. I would love to know. If you are not already subscribed to my channel, I would love if you would subscribe. Per usual, follow my blog, CHANELFILES.com. I will have it linked down below. Head over to Instagram, follow me there. More than likely, that is where you will always see these trends styled first and foremost. And last but certainly not least, hit that bell notification so you are notified when I do upload a new video. I hope everyone is staying safe, staying healthy, and of course, staying prayed up. And I will talk to you guys a little bit later.